Hi, in this session we will be discussing about object table as part of advanced SQL. How to create an object or object type and how to include the object type within a table. The table which has object type is called as object table. The main purpose of using object tables is to inherit the properties of objects within the tables. Object will have few attributes. Those attributes can be inherited to a table without adding those attributes or fields in the main table. And one object can be inherited into any number of tables. There is no restriction. So, inheritance, which is part of object-oriented programming concepts, is possible with the help of objects. So, to create an object table, first we should create an object type. Let us see how do we create an object type, and then how do we include the object type within a table to become the table as object table, and how do we perform the DML operations on the table which has object. That means insert, select, update, delete operations on the object table. Those are the things we will be looking into in this particular session, especially how to work with object tables. How do we insert data into that? How do we select data from that? How do we delete? How do we update the attributes of the main table as well as the object type attributes in the table? So when we say object type or object table, this is a user defined table. Object type is nothing but creating an object in the database. Object type is also a database object. This will also be stored inside the database, but we are going to define our own structure. That is why this is called as user defined object or user defined structure. So in this particular session we will be looking into how to create an object type, how to create a table by including the object type as a column or attribute in the table, DDL operations on the object table, DML operations on the object table. Let us set our environment. Line size as 120. Page size as 500. Feedback as 1. Num width of the number column as 5. Let us start with object type. User underscore types is the data dictionary view where we get all the object types which are present in the database. Let us query this. We don't have anything as of now. No rows selected. We do not have any object types in the database. Okay, let us create these three types. One is area type, next is add type, and then address type. So at present we don't have anything, no rows selected. Initially we don't have anything. We are going to create area type. Create type name as object, street varchar2 comma locality varchar2 here slash is mandatory, semicolon is optional, but slash is mandatory here. With or without semicolon it will work, but without slash it will not work. Let us try this. We give semicolon, it is not working, but when we give slash, this will work. Type created with compilation errors. Sorry, this is as. With semicolon not working, with slash it will work. Type created. So slash is mandatory. Next, second one we are creating add type. Third one will be address type. As object we are creating house number and then area as area type, and then city. So this is the data type we are using for area, which is already defined as an object. This is object. Let us create this. So we are including an object inside another object, type created. See, this is one object, area type. This object we are including as a columns data type in another object. So now this object has two levels. level 1 and level 2. Now let us include this as a data type of one column in another object. That means third level. Here we have serial number and address. Address is add type, which is already defined. So this itself is having 2 levels. So this is having now 3 levels. Now if we run the first one from user types, now we have 3 rows selected. That is what is this one. First one is having 2 attributes, second one is 3, last one is 2. 2, 3, 2 attributes. So there are 3 objects in user underscore types in the database. Since these are database objects, we can query them from the data dictionary view. User types is the data dictionary view where the information about the objects, user defined objects or types will be available. Now let us describe add type. Describe area type. It is displaying as this one. Describe add type is like this. Describe address type is coming like this. By default, these are displaying like this. Now it has one area type. The first one is having straight away columns, second one is having one object, third one is also having one object, but the columns which are present in this object are not displayed. This is because of describe depth. Show describe. By default, describe depth is 1. That means the object will be described up to 1 level only. It cannot be described beyond 1 level because of the default describe depth of 1. Let us increase the depth up to 5. That means we can describe the object up to 5 levels. Now if you see the describe depth, now it is depth is 5. we can describe up to 5 levels. Let us describe the same thing again. Describe area type, it has only one level. Add type, it has 2 levels. Address types, it has 3 levels. We can see clearly here. See, address type, it has 2 levels. House number, area, city at level 1, street and locality at level 2, which are part of area type. This we can see here. Now address type, serial number, address, these are main columns. Under address we have add type. Under add type we have house number, area, city at level 2 and street and locality at level 3. So this is third level, second level, first level. So this is the structure of objects which we have created. We have created 3 objects with different described depths or different levels. First one is straight away level 1. Second one has 2 levels. Third one has 3 levels. Now let us create an object table. Before creating the table, we should see, can we insert data into object type? Insert data into object type. Let us insert into area type. Area type has 2 columns, street and locality. Street, locality. Values. Both are varchar, so I will give S1, locality as L1. Let us insert this data. This is the error message what we have received. Procedure, function, package or type is not allowed here. That means we cannot insert any data into object type. Since we cannot insert, we cannot perform any select also. Select star from area type. Same error message. We cannot insert, at the same time we cannot select also. So no insert is allowed, no select is allowed on object types. Till now we have seen object type. Now we will continue with object table. Means the object type whatever we have created will be used in the table. That means we are going to inherit the properties of objects what we have created till now in our tables. Since object is inherited into a table, the table becomes object table. We are creating a normal table. Create table, table name, and then column with the data types. One of the columns we are using the data type as the object type, area underscore type, which is user defined type. This object is having only one level. So now we are using single level object into our normal table. Table is created. Create another table with the object type which has two levels. EMP type 2. Similarly, we create another table EMP type 3 with an object which has three levels. Add type has two levels. That means add type columns as well as the columns of area type. And then address type is having three levels, columns of address type as well as add type and area type. So totally there are three levels in this object. Now we have created three tables with objects in it. EMP type 1 has object with one level. So when we describe, it is coming like this. These are the columns of the table and these two are the columns of the object. This object is having one level and table is another level. So actually in this table there are two levels. Table is level 1, type is level 2, and the type is having only one level. EMP type 2. This has an object with two levels. See, if you see this, there are two levels. House number, area and city at higher level, street and locality at next level. This object is included in our main table EMP type 2. So enum, ename, address and sal. These are the columns of the main table. House number, area, city. These are the columns of add type. Street and locality are the columns of area type. So this table has an object with two levels. So totally it has three levels. Table plus object of two levels. EMP type 3. So this has an object of address underscore type. This object has three levels. Level 1, level 2, level 3. We can see the levels with proper indentation here. Since indent is on, the different levels are appearing at different with a different indentation. So totally there are four levels. Table at level 1, address type level 2, add type level 3, area type level 4. Totally there are four levels in this table. But we know that we cannot insert any data into the objects or object type. We have to insert data into the table only. When we insert data into the table, we can also insert the attributes of the type which is present in that table. But directly we cannot insert the data into the object types. Now let us insert the data into table with one level of object. The table which has object with one level. This table has an object which has only one level. Okay, we are inserting data into EMP type 1. When we are inserting, let us include the column list as well. Type 1, employee number, employee name, address and salary. These are the 4 columns. Okay, employee number, employee name, address is an object with name, area type, which has 2 attributes, and then salary. Employee number, employee name, this is salary, and this is the address. Address is having an object by name, area type. So we are inserting the values for the attributes of area type, which has 2. Commit completed. Now let us insert the table with an object with 2 levels. Employee number, employee name, address and salary. This is also same. The main columns are same here also. So we are inserting data into the table with an object which has 2 levels. Now here address is having object of add type. Add type is having another object of area type. See, in address column we are filling with add type of 1 and then area type with 2 fields and then the columns of this one. This is how we insert data into an object table. While inserting data into an object which is present in the object table, we always specify the name of the object, because when we are inserting data into table, we specify the table name. Similarly, when we insert data into object type, we always specify the object type name only. We never specify the column name here. We always specify the object type name to which we are going to insert data into it. Since we are inserting data into add type, we specified add type. Inside that we have area type. That is why we specify area type. And then we provide the values into the appropriate position. Commit is completed. 2 tables we have filled. Let us fill the third one. EMP type 3. EMP type 3 enum ename address 1 sal. Instead of address we are using address 1. Type 3, the column name here is address 1, that's all. But address 1 is address type. Inside that we have add type. Inside that we have area type. Since we are inserting the data into object type, we are specifying the object type name here. See, first value is employee number, which is 1, employee name, which is A. Next, address 1, it has address type. Inside that it has number and add type. Inside that it has number and area type, which is having 2 fields, and add type is having 1 extra field, and then finally the actual salary column of the main table. Let us insert all these records into EMP type 3. All are created, commit is completed. So now, till now we have inserted data into object table. Indirectly we are also inserting data into object type, which is referenced within a table. Select data. First select data from the object type. Before, when we try to select data from object type, we got an error. Type is not allowed here. Let us try once again. Since we have inserted data now, let us see, can we fetch data from objects directly without using the table? Error. Second one is add type, same error. Third one is address type, same error. So even though we have inserted data into objects, we are not able to select because we have not inserted the data directly into type. We have inserted data into table. Since the table is referenced, table is used, table is having an object, we have inserted data into that object but not directly. That is why we cannot select data from object type directly. So selecting from object type is not allowed. Now select from the table. Let us format. Let us format the column address A60. That means 60 characters length. The length of the address column will be displayed as 60 characters. From the first table, EMP type 1, data is displayed. Type 2 and then type 3. See, directly data is displayed like this. The address column is displaying like this. Address column is having area type with 2 fields. Here address column is having add type, inside that area type. And the third one, address field, address 1 is having address type, inside that add type, inside that area type. However, we have inserted the data in the same way data is displayed for us. This is from EMP type 1, EMP type 2 and EMP type 3. This is plain select star. Now we wanted to specify the list of columns in the select. How do we specify the list of columns? Employee number, employee name, salary, address. Straight away columns we are specifying. The last one is address 1. Yes. We are specifying the columns of the main table. We are not specifying the columns of the object type. So in our first level, we are specifying the columns from the main table. So it has displayed as it is.